You know, you would think after we humiliated the 7-star flying Decidueye event, that Game Freak would learn from their mistakes and not give us another flying type 7-star raid. Yet, here we are. So today, let's talk about the only build that you're going to need to take on 7-star flying Tera BLAZIKEN when he arrives later this week. And spoilers, it's Miraidon. It's the exact same thing we did against the first Decidueye raid. So let's take a look at this guy and talk about exactly how you're going to use it to just humiliate this raid later this week. Let's get to it. And there he is, Miraidon, ready to dominate another 7-star flying Tera raid. So this one, obviously, it's level 100. We're going up against a 7-star raid. It has to be. Miraidon is electric and dragon typing with an electric Tera type on this one, just like we've had before. And the held item on this one can vary depending on how much damage you want to do. The most damage you're going to get on this one is with Life Orb, and still be able to use different moves. You don't want to go with something like Choice Specs on this one. However, if you don't want to use Life Orb and worry about like tanking your own HP, Magnet would also be another good item for this one, along with the Zap Plate if you have an Arceus in game. Those are all viable choices. The Life Orb is just going to give you the most damage possible on this one. As far as EVs go on this one, it's pretty simple. It's maxed out in special attack and physical defense on this one, since we know Blaziken is going to be a physical attacker with a modest nature. Your ability on this guy is Hadron Engine, which means that we're going to get an instant electric terrain out as soon as the raid starts. And the moveset on this one should look honestly pretty familiar by now. We're running Metal Sound to be able to lower Blaziken's special defense and get it down to -6. Charge isn't necessarily like the most crucial move on this one. You could honestly replace Charge with another move like Calm Mind to be able to boost up your own special attack. But Charge is there in case you're doing this online with friends. Parabolic Charge being your move that you're going to use to do chip damage and regain health on this one. And Electro Drift being your main attacking move, since we know that Blaziken is going to be weak to electric type moves. We've used this one a million times before. This is just, such a strong, broken raid Pokemon that it's going to make quick work out of this one. Strat being basically to come in, use Metal Sound 3 times or as many times as you can before Blaziken puts Shield up at the beginning of the raid. After that, you're going to use Parabolic Charge to restore your HP as well as do some chip damage until you can Tera. And then once you can Tera, use Electro Drift to just stomp Blaziken into the ground. If you want to do a lot of damage, use Charge the first time before you use Electro Drift. And then it's going to do even more damage. Or if you want to try and put yourself at +6 special attack, replace Charge with Calm Mind and use it that way. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It is like the easiest build in the world to use. And I guarantee you, if you did 7-star Decidueye raids, like way back last year, you have this built already and it's ready to go. This one should be pretty self-explanatory at this point. You could also swap out Life Orb for Metronome and run Metronome Parabolic Charge on this one to get Parabolic Charge all the way up to like 130 base power, but it's up to you. There's multiple ways to do this. Miraidon is definitely going to be the way to go. Don't believe me? Let's look at the damage calcs for this guy. And here are the damage calcs for this build. As you can see on the right side, we have our Blaziken build, Flying Tera. Went ahead and gave this Adamant Nature just because I want to see what it does with the most damage possible. And a move set on this one of Acrobatics, Thunder Punch, Blaze Kick, and Earthquake, just to give it the widest range of move typings possible for this one, going up against Miraidon. Miraidon, of course, has 252 special attack. I didn't even bother to put 252 physical defense in here, because it didn't really matter, but there we go, just like that. 252 physical defense just to be on the safe side with this. And the only move that I gave it was Electro Drift, because honestly, that's probably all we're going to use on this one. Electric Tera type, Modest Nature, Life Orb is the held item on this one. It's got a Helping Hand on there as an attack cheer, and this is at +0. You can see that Miraidon is doing about 3,000 damage, which is about 1,000%. That's definitely not going to solo one-shot this build, or solo one-shot 7-star Blaziken, but it is enough damage that you are going to be able to very easily take this down. If you look at the damage that Blaziken is doing to our Miraidon, Acrobatics is only doing a max of 20%, Thunder Punch does a max of 9%, Blaze Kick 32%, and EQ being the big one here with 51% damage, even at max physical defense on this one. That's not really terrible given the fact that we have Parabolic Charge and Parabolic Charge on this one. If we take a second and look at this. Parabolic Charge is still gonna do 500% damage on this one. And restore 44.2% of our HP. So if this is doing a max of 51%, that's at a crit, the highest damage on this one. Odds are 90% of the time Parabolic Charge is going to restore all of the HP that we lose going up against Blaziken. But that's it. That is your damage calcs for this guy. This is with Electric Terrain up, and if we added in Calm Mind on here and put even Miraidon at, let's say, +3 on this one. +3 Electro Drift does 2,893% damage, which is 8,000 damage to this one. It's absolutely insane. So, but that's it. That's what your damage calcs look like for Miraidon going up against a 7-star Flying Tera Blaziken. But I mean, there you have it. That is your Miraidon build to take on 7-star Flying Tera Blaziken when he arrives later this week. We've used this one before, like I said, and it's honestly really simple to throw together. If you do not have Violet, if you're one of those people that only has Scarlet, don't worry, I've got a build coming for you for Scarlet tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think of Miraidon? Is this one going to be another Decidueye situation where we just come in and absolutely, clown on this raid, or do you think they're actually going to make Blaziken somewhat difficult and give us a challenge for once? Let me know down in the comments below, guys, and as always, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like button, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on more videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.